Have you ever wondered why Germans are so obsessed with rules? Why do they wait at red lights even when no cars are coming? Why do they separate their trash into four different bins? And why does everything, from Sunday noise regulations to recycling, have a rule? Let's dive into the fascinating reasons behind Germany's deep love for order, structure, and rules. To understand the German obsession with rules, we need to go back in time. Germany, as a unified country, is relatively young. Before 1871, it was a patchwork of independent kingdoms, duchies, and states, each with its own laws and customs. After unification, there was a strong need for consistency and structure across the newly formed nation. Rules became a way to create order out of diversity. Later, during the Industrial Revolution, Germany became a world leader in engineering and manufacturing. Precision and discipline became national values. Having clear rules meant better efficiency, better products, and fewer mistakes. That mindset didn't just stay in factories, it extended to daily life. There's a German saying, Ordnung muss sein, which means there must be order. But it's more than just a saying, it's a cultural philosophy. In Germany, order is seen as a form of respect. Following rules shows consideration for others. It keeps public life running smoothly. For example, if everyone separates their trash correctly, recycling works better. If no one makes loud noise on Sundays, neighbors can enjoy their day off. It's not about being boring, it's about creating harmony in a shared space. Germany has a high trust society. People trust that others will do the right thing, even when no one is watching. That's why you'll see Germans waiting at a red pedestrian light, even at midnight, even when the street is empty. It's not fear, it's principle. Breaking the rule would set a bad example, especially for children. There's also a strong sense of collective responsibility. Rules aren't just enforced from the top down. Citizens internalize them. They feel responsible for maintaining social order. In other countries, people often follow rules to avoid punishment. In Germany, people follow rules because it's the right thing to do. Yes, German bureaucracy is legendary. Everything comes with paperwork, regulations, and a checklist. Want to rent an apartment? There's a rule for that. Register your address? Rule. Even getting a dog? Also a rule, complete with a mandatory dog tax and training class. At first, this might seem frustrating or overly complex, but there's a hidden logic. The rules are meant to make things fair and predictable. In Germany, once you understand the process, it usually works. Things run on time. Systems are reliable. People know what to expect. This creates a sense of security in everyday life. German children learn early that rules matter. In kindergarten and primary school, there's a focus on social behavior, punctuality, and responsibility. There are clear expectations and consequences for not following them. Even something as small as jaywalking can lead to scolding from strangers. By the time they're adults, most Germans are trained to value discipline, order, and structure. They see rules not as limitations, but as a framework for freedom. Sounds ironic? Here's how it works. When everyone follows the rules, life becomes more predictable. And when life is predictable, people feel freer to move within that structure. Let's look at some real life examples of how rule following plays out in Germany. Quiet hours. Making loud noise after 10 p.m. or on Sundays is a big no-no. Vacuuming, drilling, even loud music can lead to complaints or fines. Trash sorting. Germans sort their trash into paper, plastic, bio, and general waste. Some cities even have more categories. Get it wrong, the bin won't be emptied. Cash only. Many restaurants and shops still prefer cash. It's not a law, but it's a tradition that's followed strictly. Crosswalks. Crossing the street on red, even with no cars in sight, is frowned upon. You might even hear someone say, think of the children. Appointments. Being on time is crucial. Being late, even by 5 minutes, is considered rude. These might seem small, but they reflect a deeper cultural belief that respecting rules means respecting others. You might think the Germans would go full authoritarian when someone breaks a rule. But in reality, enforcement is often social, not legal. If you play loud music at night, your neighbor might slip a polite note under your door, or they might ring your bell and explain the rule calmly but firmly. There's a kind of civil enforcement that happens naturally. Everyone acts as a guardian of order. It's not meant to shame, it's meant to maintain harmony. Now, here's a twist. Not all Germans are rule followers all the time. There's a famous quote: the German obeys every rule, but only once he knows what it is. So, if there's no clear rule, chaos can happen. Also, Germans love debating rules. They may follow them, but they also love discussing whether the rules make sense and suggesting improvements. This shows that the culture isn't blindly obedient. It's deeply engaged with the idea of rules. So, why are Germans obsessed with rules? Because rules bring order. Order brings trust. Trust brings freedom. In a world where chaos often wins, Germany's love of structure stands out. It might seem extreme at first, but dig deeper, and you'll find a system built not on control, but on mutual respect and shared responsibility. And maybe, just maybe, a few more rules wouldn't hurt the rest of us. If you enjoyed this deep dive into German culture, make sure to like the video. Subscribe for more content about European habits and cultural curiosities, and let us know in the comments, what's the most surprising rule you've encountered in Germany? See you in the next video.